Hey, how's it going? My name is Deyo, and I want to talk to you today about songwriting. This element of songwriting that I want to talk to you about is called collaboration. And it's when we get together with more than one person to write a song. And I think it's a really important aspect of songwriting that is often overlooked and needs to be on the increase as we seek to write songs that will touch a generation for God. So I want to give you some ideas and ways to think about when you approach, things to think about when you approach collaborating with other people. Some of you might be a little nervous about it. You've never done it before. Some of you have done it, but you've had bad experiences. So I want to give you some ideas that I have that help me when I write with other people. So the first thing to do when you decide to collaborate is to avoid fear and insecurities. I know some of you guys would be afraid, be like, man, I don't know if I could, be creative in a setting where other people just throw out ideas. It's as if you're taking your heart and putting it on a platter and saying, here's my idea, and just waiting for someone to go, just smash it to bits, cut right through your heart. One thing you got to do is let go of your ideas. At the end of the day, all the ideas that are good come from God. So you really don't have, there's nothing new under the sun, the Bible says. So don't own your ideas. Just allow yourself to be a vessel that ideas flow through. So allow yourself to throw out an idea, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. But get rid of fear. A lot of times when we approach collaborating or writing with somebody else, it's just like everybody just freezes up because they can't do it. They don't want to throw their ideas out. So I just encourage you to just approach it with boldness and say, hey, we're going to do this. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to give my ideas no matter what. And along with that, with getting rid of fear and insecurities, is making sure that we understand that nobody's idea is stupid. When you approach a writing session, I think it's good to go over these rules, these ideas with the other people that you're writing with, so you know up front what to expect. To say, hey, I just want you to know that if you throw out an idea, I'm not going to say, that's stupid, oh, that's dumb. And then if you guys agree on that up front, it really helps. You're like, all right, well, I understand that I might throw out an idea that you don't like and that you don't think is that great, but we just say, okay, I'll agree to not say that your idea is stupid. We'll consider it as a possibility. When somebody throws out an idea that I don't think is necessarily the greatest idea, a lot of times what I'll say is, all right, well, let's hold on to that idea. Let's just hang on to it. We'll write it down over here, and maybe it will develop into something else, or we'll come up with something else, and that will connect with that idea later. But let's hold on to it. But we got to have an understanding going into writing that nobody's idea is stupid. Now, another thing you got to do is you got to make sure that when you agree to write with somebody a song, that you are honest about how you feel. Nobody's going to win if somebody throws out what you think is a stupid idea and you just go along with it because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's like flattery. You're just telling people what they want to hear, as opposed to being honest and saying, I'm not sure I really like that idea. Let's hold on to it. But you have to determine, hey, let's be honest with each other up front. Let's just be honest. Hey, I love that idea. Or, you know what, that's not really hitting me. Let's try for something else. So make sure that you're honest when you write with somebody else about, honest with them about how you feel about a certain idea or chord or arrangement idea or whatever. Another thing you got to do is make sure that you don't get offended. Man, whatever you do when you're writing, don't get offended. Don't allow yourself to get mad. Well, that person didn't like my idea. I can't believe they didn't like my idea. I think it's the best idea out there. The whole point of getting together to write is to help elevate or raise the bar in writing. It's when two people come together, or three people or four people come together, the bar is raised. Because it's one thing for you to like an idea, but for you to convince four other people that it's a good idea, and for everybody to agree, there's a better chance that that's a good idea than it is if it's only you or you and your mom that think it's a really good idea. So make sure you don't get offended if somebody doesn't like your idea. The goal is to find ideas that everybody likes. So that's another thing that leads to me to when you're writing, if if you come up with a line or an idea for a melody and you think it's amazing, and the other person is like, well, I mean, it's pretty good, why don't you shelve it? Because the goal is to try to find something, a line or a melody, that both of you love. If one of you loves a line and the other one kind of likes it, it's not going to be as powerful. So the goal is, we got that idea, let's write it down, but then let's reach for something that we both love. Imagine if you both love the song, it's a better chance that more people are going to be touched by it and more people are going to be encouraged by it. Also, when you're collaborating with people, decide ahead of time not to give up. You can get into a place, this has happened to me all the time, and I'll get with people and we'll sit down, we're all excited to write together, and nothing happens. Nothing. It's just blah. There's no energy, there's no creativity, every idea seems to fall flat. It's horrible. I remember a friend of mine, I hooked him up with somebody to write, and it came back going, well, it was kind of blah, we didn't really connect, and so he gave up, never went back. I'm telling you, it can only be a phase. Like, you can go to somebody and have a horrible experience, and the next time you get with them, you write the most amazing song ever. So don't give up on collaborating. Don't give up on a specific person either. Now, after 5 or 6 or 8 times, yeah, you can give up on somebody. If it's just not working, you guys have nothing. You didn't have any fruit, any songs. But don't give up after the first time.